All right, so what club you got there, Sam?
56.
56. Okay, so what do you typically hit your 56?
100, 105 maybe.
Okay, sure. Now, how would you say the wedge game's been lately? I know when we talked about your needs and things like that, you said that kind of short game in general, you didn't necessarily have kind of a go-to routine, and sometimes you would get over the ball and kind of think about the shot you wanted to while you're over the ball, and then try to hit it. So,
What I normally do is
kind of how you do it.
I look at the shot, I see what I want to do, and then just hit the shot as is.
So basically, you're thinking about the shot you want to hit and doing what you need to do while you're right here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And when you do that, kind of what are the results? So you said they're kind of 50-50. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't.
Contact is usually very good. The problem is it doesn't always go the distance I'm looking for. So then
you probably haven't
it becomes
fully
a scoring
bought in.
issue because I'm not close to the hole despite making good contact.
Okay, sure. So so I'm going to give you basically we're going to go through, and this will be a pre-shot routine, because really every shot that you hit, you should have some type of pre-shot routine. That way, when the pressure gets high, when you start playing in your tournaments and stuff, things don't feel differently to you.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So if you're kind of normally, I'll kind of mimic you. You're kind of in here. We'll say you got an 85-yard shot or whatever. Maybe it's a little downhill. We'll say. So typically, here you might be like, okay, well, I could fly it all the way there, but I also could, maybe shoot like a low skipper in there and get it to stop.
Right.
Well, you haven't really made up your mind yet, and you're already over the ball. So you're already kind of like, well, I'm here. I kind of need to hurry up and hit it, right?
Right.
So that's why sometimes your consistency is a little off.
Okay.
Okay. So let's change the routine.
Okay.
So I want you to basically be back here behind the ball so we can see what's in front of us, okay? So we'll call this kind of like the think box, okay?
Okay.
So when you're here, that's when I want you to be going through in your mind, what shot do I want to hit?
Right.
And I don't want you to move to the ball until you've firmly decided here, this is the shot. You can visualize the shot. So you visualize it, you're like, okay, I'm going to play a lower trajectory so it skips and stops. And you're going to see it, and you're going to believe in it, and then you're going to come in, you're going to line up, and you're going to hit the shot. Okay? So you can see when you get to the ball, you've already told yourself exactly what you're going to do.
Right.
You're not thinking anymore.
Okay.
So a think box basically will be here.
All right.
When you get to the ball, that'll essentially be the play box, okay?
Right.
And I want you to just kind of voice it out to me, kind of the shot that you're going to hit.
Okay.
So we can just kind of hear you kind of go through the process.
So I got 85 yards.
So yeah, we'll go to that flag, we'll say it's 85 yards.
Yep. 85 yards. I want to fly it 4 yards short of the flag and have it bounce once and stop. So fairly high.
Okay.
So am I allowed out of the box?
So yeah, so when you're convinced that that's the shot you want to play, then that's when you'll go in. If you're not convinced, then no, I don't want you to move, okay?
All right.
Awesome.
All right.
That's the shot, right?
Yeah, that's the shot.
That's the shot you described.
Yeah.
So good. So you can see if you've made your mind up back here, you're just getting in there and letting yourself react. You've played golf long enough. You're a good player. You know what to do.
Right.
Well, if you're over the ball and you're in between, you're only leaving room for doubt and errors in your head. Okay.
Right.
So let's do one more, and then you can kind of work on that. But I want you to start to bring that stuff to your play on the course. Even when you're doing practice rounds.
All right. So
let's really
90
think
yards,
about it.
pins in the back. I want to hit it a little bit lower. Landed 15 yards short and have it skip.
Awesome.